Let me just start. Well, this was not my initial topic. I was going to make a presentation about changing the world, global peace, saving the whales, all those things. But on Saturday, I went to the movies. My sons asked me to go to the movies, to drive them there to see a movie. And I was, okay, which movie do you want to see? And they wanted to see the Ninja Turtles. And I thought, oh, okay, that's great, a vintage movie, right? I've seen it when I was little, their age. No, it was a new movie about an old story. But the most funny part is they call it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they are 30 already, but they're still teenage. So I was thinking, what the hell is going on with the movie industry and the storytelling in the movie industry? Well, are we running out of stories to tell, ideas? There are no new ideas. I'm not a movie specialist. I don't work in the industry, of course, but I like very much the storytelling part. So I went to study a little bit more about the movie industry and what kind of stories are they telling. Well, nowadays, most of the stories are about dead people, usually dead people. People don't get tired about talking about dead people. I don't know why, but it's incredible the amount of movies, series about dead people. But there are more in the industries. Gravity, no story at all. It's not a bad idea or a bad story. It's not a story. There's a movie, well, with a lot of graphics and computer graphics, but no story at all. And then I saw these movies, the worst movies ever, G.I. Joe and Battleship. Well, two of the worst movies ever, but made by these guys, a toy company, right? So they took their toys and made movies about it. No ideas, no story, just the toy part, right? These are the original ones. So we are always hoping that Monopoly comes next to the cinemas, right? Even the monsters are getting quite boring, right? So this is the Pacific Rim Monster, 2013 movie, and this is Godzilla. It's the same guy, it's the same monster. Different movie, same monster. It's incredible. Well, the despair is so much that they are trying to make Batman without Batman in the Gotham series. How can a person see Gotham series without a Batman, right? But they're doing it, right? And the most incredible part is this movie. Well, biggest global blockbuster last year, right? This one. Original story? That's 2,000 years. It was written by God. What are they doing? Well, the question is, new stories, no stories, or we always had this problem with stories and ideas. This is Prince Charming, right? Most people relate Prince Charming with this guy, Walt Disney, right? And 37. But the idea was written a couple of 100 years ago by this guy, true Prince Charming, as you can see. But the original idea of Prince Charming, the true Prince Charming, is more or less this guy. It was written 900 years before Christ, and in the original story, the princess gets raped during the sleep by the king. It's not the Prince Charming you are imagining. But that's the original story. We call this character Capuchinho Vermelho in Portugal, right? There are 35 versions of Capuchinho Vermelho. And most of them, Capuchinho Vermelho gets raped. Yeah, so they had to change a little bit the story so people can relate to the story. In the 89 version, the wolf eats the girl, so it's unbelievably violent. But the story is there, and it's old, quite older than we can imagine. Well, which are the classic ingredients for storytelling? It's quite easy. Beautiful against ugly, right? So everybody relates to the beautiful part, nobody relates to the ugly part. Old age against new age. Heroes are tending to be new, young, and villains are bad and old, right? Light against darkness, white against black, of course, right? White is good, black is bad, so we fight black, so we like light. It's the same thing. Freedom against oppression. The classic for soap operas, poor boy loves rich girl. rich godfather doesn't like the love, right? So it's always like that. Never changes. Honor Against the World and my American favorite, that's why Americans changed the storytelling. I don't want to be a hero type, but someone raped my wife, killed my sons, and okay, I can save the world because of that. Just because of that. The Americans changed storytelling with this. It's called Aspiration. It's me. I can save the world, right? I can change the world, save the whales, and all those things. Of course, you need to rape my wife and kill my children, but nevertheless, I can do all those things for myself. Well, but the story industry is the next goal, definitely. And Disney is for story industry like the beers is for diamonds, right? So they accumulate stories. They are buying all the stories around and put them in a big storage warehouse. Well, they bought Pixar, they bought Lucasfilms. Lucasfilms is the Star Wars series, right, in Indiana Jones. They bought Marvel, and Hasbro, the toy company, was trying to buy DreamWorks because everybody's trying to buy stories because there are no more stories. We are running out of stories. Why? Because storytelling is also a marketing industry, right? A marketing tool. You can do marketing for your company with storytelling just by telling stories. Quite easy. Well, and if it's an industry, a making money industry, well, we have to analyze the numbers. Movie industry is worth total revenue last year, $35 billion. The game industry, it's incredible, $76 billion. And the most incredible thing is the growth. The movie industry is growing 3% a year. The game industry is growing 2 digits by year. Everything is changing about storytelling. Another big example, biggest production ever in a movie series to Avatar, biggest production ever in the computer series, Destiny. It's a first-person shooter, I don't know. People kill people, always, right? Biggest turnover, again, Avatar. Not the biggest turnover in the gaming industry, a thing called Halo. I don't know if you know it. I didn't know it. So, but the numbers are just like this. It's incredible. And the most important is, yeah, we are changing the way we tell stories, but we are also changing the way we see stories. This is a small clip I did, mixing computer video games trailers with movie trailers, and you cannot tell the difference between one thing and the other. This is the no story film, right? 2 hours of this, incredible. It's not just animation that is changing, it's more than that. Why? Because of money, of course. Well, the gaming industry has now the biggest budgets, the best animators, the best scripts, the best technology, the best directors, the best story sellers, not storytellers, but story sellers. So they have the big budget, right? And so if you are an investor, you are looking for this, not the other part, the movie part. So things will change. Yes, things will definitely change about storytelling. Why? Because if you are going to build a game, you have to build a story, right? And then you can put it on screen, like this one's, right? One size fits all. My story fits the movie, fits the game, fits everything. The most important part is the story. And if the movies are running out of stories, why not taking the stories of the games and put it in movies? But most importantly, how long can we ask people to sit down in a room like this and ask them to be still without playing the story, without deciding if the character goes to the right or to the left, if it opens the door, closes the door? How long can we do that? Because my children were bored seeing the Turtle Ninjas. Of course they were bored. Usually they get a remote control, right? And they control the ninjas, right? Kill this one, save the other one. And movies are getting boring for children. So, next level, definitely playing the movies. How? Have no idea. But the idea of interaction is fundamental, right? And we are selling stories, and the story selling is in the other side, in the other industry. Thank you.
you have a question?